Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. It seems like ages since I've made a video for YouTube. Don't worry, I haven't stopped with my activism. I've just had loads going on. It's been the 6 weeks school holidays, so the kids have been off. We went as a family down and protested at the Cardiff Convention, and we went to 2 days of the London convention for protest. So hopefully some of you saw the live stream we did from that. I didn't release my footage from the Cardiff Convention because unfortunately there was so much wind interference on the mic that you couldn't really follow what we were saying. Where we were standing was like on a bit of a windswept corner, and that's basically all you could hear on the videos. But the protest went really well, and you can see some of the footage from that on Excluded Artists channel, and John Viney made a video, but I can't remember the name of the channel. Hopefully I can later on put it on the description here, so you can watch the rest of the Cardiff protest. So anyway, it's been really busy. Also, we've put our house on the market, so we're hoping to move from here. Life just seems to be really hectic at the moment. Anyway, I'll just tell you a little something of what happened this morning. So anyone who's watched my videos before will know that we had a local instance of child abuse when I was in the organisation, and learning about that and then researching further, and also with the exposure from the Australian Royal Commission, is what eventually led me to wake up. Anyway, I met a sister this morning. Well, I didn't meet her, she was out in the shop. So I dropped my little boy off at school this morning, came back, popped in the local shop, and I saw this sister. And when all this stuff in our local congregation first blew up, she wasn't actually in the congregation, but she was a very good friend of the wife of the abuser, and as was I at the time. And so she was well in the know of the situation that was going on. But I didn't really see her very often because their family lived up north. Anyway, recently a little bird told me that they've moved into the area and actually now in Brandon congregation. And as it was a couple of weeks ago, I actually saw her and her daughter out on the ministry just up the road from the Kingdom Hall. And as they were knocking on doors, obviously I was at the end of the pathway there, ready to let the householders know what kind of organisation the Watchtower is, and basically to beware. So they packed up and they went back to the hall. So anyway, bumped into her in Tesco's this morning. So walks in, she's got a basket piled up with loads of boxes of chocolates, like Cadbury's Heroes, Celebrations. Anyway, that's by the by, it don't make no difference what she was buying, but she was going to the till and I was just coming in the shop. So as I walked past, I just said, you do know that your organisation protects paedophiles? And immediately I said that, she turned round to the cashier. She was actually at the self-service checkout, but the cashier was obviously standing right there. She called her over and she said, can you please call the manager? This lady is harassing me. So I said, how is it harassment? I've not said anything to you about you personally, and you know, I'm just passing by and I'm just letting you know that you're in an organisation that protects paedophiles. So the girl said, well, do you want me to, shall I call the manager then? And so she said, yes please, yes please. So I thought, okay, I'll wait there for the manager. So she's packing up her chocolates. Her daughter comes over and says, Mum, just leave it, we'll come and get them later, let's just go. So she said, no. And I said, well, we've called the manager now, so we might as well wait to see what the manager says. So the manager comes over and he's like, obviously it's 9 o'clock in the morning. He's got two women standing there and he's thinking, like, what on earth? So she says, this lady's harassing me. She's come over and she's saying rude things about my organisation. So I said, is it rude to talk about child abuse? Your organisation is protective of abusers. And the manager's eyes was he was really shocked, because it's the last thing you expect first thing in the morning, isn't it? It's quite a deep subject. Anyway, he said, ladies, if you want to take your discussion outside, that would be better. And I said, well, there won't be any discussion because she doesn't want to talk to me. And anyway, I wasn't actually trying to engage her in any conversation. I was just stating the fact that she's in an organisation that protects child abusers. But she wanted to call you over to say that I'm harassing her. So she said, it's rude, isn't it? Isn't it rude what she's doing? And he just had like a blank look on his face. Anyway, she packed up her chocolates and off she went. But the reason why it's a good thing to confront the witnesses with their organisation, because don't forget, even though they turn a blind eye and they try and blank out what's going on, they do represent Watchtower. When they show up at your door, they're not there representing God. They're there representing the Watchtower Corporation. Yeah. So they are, they do bear responsibility for the organisation they represent, especially when they haven't looked at the policies properly. So anyway, I was able to have a chat with the manager and raise awareness. And the reason why it's always good to do this and to get into these sorts of situations is because obviously the witnesses call at people's homes and they get them when they're in a vulnerable state, and they don't let people know about all the bad stuff in the organisation, you know. And not only do they call on people's doors, but you've got them telling their children to go to school and witness to people's children. And you might get it where they might strike up a bit of a friendship, and the witness child might invite another their friend to go to the meeting with them, or might get them to start having a study in the book of Bible stories and stuff like that. And so the more opportunities that you can sort of invoke into being able to let people know the realities of Watchtower, the better, because we've got to spread the public awareness. Waking up witnesses is not the prime objective for me, right? I just want to raise public awareness of the dangers of this cult, and any opportunity that allows me to let people know about what's going on, I will take it. It's like, for instance, the other day we had some viewers come round to look at our house. Now, our house is kind of halfway between, so some of it is decorated and done, and then there's other things that are jobs that really need doing. And part of the reason why we're at a halfway stage, even though we've been living in a house for 16 years, is because we were in Watchtower. And in Watchtower, we were told to devote all of our energy and our time to the kingdom. So, you know, my house needs new windows, new doors, new kitchen. The passageway needs plastering. But these were all things that for normal everyday people, these would have been a priority. But for us, they were on the back burner because we were looking forward to, obviously, Armageddon was going to come. And these material things, you know, they're all going to come to nothing anyway. We're going to be living forever in the paradise. So, you know, I took an opportunity to even let the people that came round to view our house know why we were at a halfway stage. So people might, I suppose people might think, you know, maybe I'm a bit of a nut that I tell everybody about this stuff. But actually, I've got people's best interests at heart. And when people do actually get into a conversation with me about it, they can see where I'm coming from and they can see the dangers. And, you know, I just feel like every opportunity I can. The same when I was a witness, you know, if I thought that I had the truth, I would try and use opportunities to witness to people. Now I know it's a lie. I try and use every opportunity to let people know the danger that is posed by this cult that goes out there preaching and all that stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, I send my love out to everybody, and yeah, I'm still active doing my activism. It's just I don't get on YouTube as often as I'd like. I've not had any quiet time at home for a long time. But anyway, send my love out to everybody. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep exposing the cult for what it is. Let's just get the word out there. Anyway, love to everyone. Take care. Bye.